Hi and welcome to my place. Often I'm asked if I could do something with fruit and flowers. Well, I love a fruit and flower design because I love the forms and I really love it at this time of the year, especially when things like the persimmon tree are in full fruit. I do need to say that the tree really shouldn't have been so greedy because this fell off the tree because it's that weighty, which now brings to mind that two things that I need to tell you about fruit and flowers. Fruit, especially apples and bananas, give off a gas, and that gas actually interferes with the life of a flower. So where you would normally get, say, a week to 10 days out of some flowers, you put fruit with it and the length is almost reduced by more than a half. So for arrangements like this, think about it if you want something long lasting and don't put the fruit in it. But I've got an overabundance of persimmons in my garden and I've got a friend that I'm going to go and see this afternoon, and I thought I would take her flowers and fruit, and I also thought that it would be a great time to teach and share how to put them together for those of you who might be interested. So what I've done here is I've got a lovely rustic box, and I could possibly just get the box and put a whole lot of autumn leaves into it. It's autumn here in New Zealand and it's just marvellous. It's my most favourite time of the year. Actually, that's like all the seasons, but it's nice for the summer to be gone and now we're into the autumn. So I've got these lovely leaves and I could possibly just fill the whole base of my container with the leaves and then put the fruit on it. But I also found these beautiful idesia berries that are hanging around looking golden and yellow and resplendent all over the property. I've also got a little bit of mimosa here, or a little bit of flowering gum. I haven't got much, but it's a nice colour that I thought would blend and lend itself to the oranges. Plus I've got a little bit of celosia here. This is absolutely fabulous. Now, I have had a few complaints about the types or the lack of variety of flowers that I use here at Astar's place. Well, I need you to know that all of the really good stuff is exported and I'm left with stuff that's not quite as good. But that's okay, because with a few elements, I'm going to show you how to create something really, really lovely. Okay, to begin, I have a waterproof plastic bit of plastic here that I've just put some wet foam into, and I'm going to put that to one side because I am going to use those leaves and put those there and put some fruit in with it. Right, I also have over here some lovely magnolia, and I just love the colouring. Look at that beautiful green shininess on that side, and then I love the colourway on the underneath of it, which is all going to lend and blend in and connect in with the colourway of the container. Now, I should have, as I've always said, cut everything before you start so that you don't have to be stopping and starting. However, that's just not going to quite happen today. So I'm just going to use this magnolia to form a nice sort of rustic and formal sort of tight base around the outside of my container, and I'll show you how I'm doing this so that you can have a look. So I'm just going to put that down and into there, and everything I'm doing too is being slant cut, and it just makes it easier to insert it into the foam. So we've got a nice little collar there, and I'll just show you what we're looking like. So that's what it's looking like at this stage. Just roughly push it in, don't worry about it. Just, I'm not putting that many forms into here, so it doesn't really matter. Now with the idesia or gadesia, some people call them gadesia berries. Let's be very careful about these because I don't have many. Now the other thing I'm going to do with these is I'm going to actually wire those in, and I've just got a long piece of 20 gauge wire here. Just insert that down through the little wee pinnacly bits, or those little branchy bits that are coming off with the berries. Turn that around and then just wire that. You could actually use a bit of a heavier wire, but for today this will be fine. Now I just want that to drop down over the side there, and the great thing about the wire is that you can extend the stem, because I haven't got very long stems here, I can extend the length of that stem there, and it's still going to go, that's going to go, this bit here is going to go right down into the moss, but that there's going to get to the foam, but that's going to give me just a few more little bit of anchor bits, so just spike those out like so that when it goes into the foam it stays really hard, stays put, and it's not going to fall out. So I've got 3 here, so with this one I'm just going to take that down, actually I'll put it this side here, put that down, so I want that not to be as long as the other bit. So I've got a nice drapey bit there, and a bit over there. Now with these leaves, which I absolutely love, I think that I should incorporate those, and that also is another texture that's lending itself to that lovely tonal value of the container. And I'll put that into there, and then that I'm just going to push down into there so that when I do place the fruit I can put that down the bottom. So there we have a nice base to start with. Now with this beautiful mimosa, to strip all of those leaves off there, because we don't want, and when you are conditioning make sure that none of that foliage that's beneath the water level is all being removed, because that will gunk up and make the water go foul, which will cause the bacteria, which will mean that the flower or the foliage won't last very long. So snipping that, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that into there. And here's another big bit, cut that off there, strip all of that foliage, and then I'm just going to put in that bit into there. So and I really love, when you look at, I think that the thing that I need to share with you is, it's the textures, the smooths and the roughs and the lights and the brights and the dulls and the shiny that will all help to make your picture come to fruition and look visually attractive. Now I'll get rid of those bits there, and now I've got these looks, aren't they gorgeous? And I just like, when you look into that, look at that, it's almost like a beautiful little rose, and it's got the lovely little, I love it, it's sort of what I would call a blending flower. It's got the green, and then on the tips there it's got that lovely reedy colour, which is actually a part of the family here, the brownie family. So you've gone from the browns and it goes all the way. Refer to my fundamentals of colour to let you know what all these lovely, how these colours all lend and blend. But I just love that connects in with the oranges as well. It's really quite a nice colour. So stripping all of the foliage off, which is going to mean that the more I get rid of this, it just means that when I'm putting lots and lots of components or material or forms into my design, that I'm going to be able to get more into there, because I'm not having all that bulk in there. I've just got this nice little stem into there. And actually when I look at that, isn't that just so pretty how nature's provided that beautiful colour with the little dots, and then it comes up to the red in the top. I really love that. I'm going to cut those all to the same length, all on the slant. And then I'm going to put, I think I will put one into there. And even though that is very similar to the magnolia, you've got the shine of the magnolia and the dullness of the green on the looks. I'm going to bring another one into there. One can go into there. So these are just pretty much being inserted at equal distance, almost as if I'm doing a round design of flowers. But it just actually helps to fill it in. And it's just, as I said, it's those lovely textures that help to make your design look really beautiful. Okay, now with the celosia, look at this. Now when you're working with this, take all of those leaves off. Now Mother Nature did a beautiful job of providing that lovely, I think when I was doing my training we used to call them brains, because they sort of look like brains. So this lovely orange colour here with its lovely texture and almost sort of like velvet quality is going to be quite beautiful with the beautiful, look at that, you've got that lovely complement of the lovely round little berries with that. So it's just, see how we're building up a picture with the lovely textures? That's all you really need to remember. Now getting rid of all, and the other thing I need to tell you is, what I was going to say is, Mother Nature, I don't know what was happening. Look, all these leaves here, they are very beautiful leaves, but they look lovely when they're all growing together. But for a design, I just know that they're not going to last very long, and I would rather waste a few and strip them off at this stage. And also the leaves will wilt, and I want something that my friend can have in her drawing room or wherever she puts it without having to worry about it going off. So that can just go into there, and I'm just going to put these at varying heights as if, and the best way to describe my placement is, imagine if you were a fairy or you were a bumblebee or a butterfly and you were just going to be stepping down into the design. That's what I'm trying to create with my placements here. So I've got some ups and downs, so dumpity dumpity dump, so like little stairs down. And I'm going to bring another one into there so that that goes out that side, and getting the next one, I've got one over there, I'm going to bring one over to that side so that I'll turn it around in a moment so that you can see it. It's just so that that colourway is blended all the way through. Now when I look into this, I can see that I've got nothing into there, and I think that a little bit more of the yellow, or that little shape of that form there, of the mimosa or gum, will look really nice down into there. I've got another piece of this, so I'm going to bring a little bit of that over to there because I'd like a nice little cluster happening in this area. And then because I've done that, I'm just going to whip that line of colour right through there so that that sort of like just blends itself down. Now with the persimmon, just cut those off. And I'll bring those all over to here. Gosh, the tree shouldn't have been so greedy. And it's the first, this tree is 3 years old now in my garden, and it is just absolutely laden with lovely fruits. And when I give fruit like so, I like to give it at varying stages of ripeness because I know that it's not going to be long before they're ripe. And I just want to reiterate that. Oh, look at those colours. If you're ever worried about whether the leaves will last, what I suggest you do is cut one and put it into water and see how long it lasts. This is only 2 days old and it's doing that already, and to me it's sort of really unattractive when I've got other materials that I can use. So with the persimmon, if you wanted to incorporate them into a design, now when I have like functions, sometimes I have to do big weddings or something, they want something that where they need fruit, or I've got a friend who's got an orchard and she likes me to put oranges and things into her designs. But, if you're putting them down into a design, it's just a matter of just putting a satay stick into there. I've used clean ones, so if somebody wants to eat them, then they can. But for purely decorative purposes, this is going to be fine. And then the rest of the persimmon, I'm just going to... Oops, where did my scissors go? Oh, where did they go? Oh, here they are. I'll just fill that up with more so that we can get this finished now, and you can see exactly how you can do fruit and flowers together and gift to a friend. How's that? I love that. And look at this here. Look at the fruits all down, and that combinations of forms with the celosias, the idesia berries, beautiful, beautiful little bit of shiny magnolia, and then that lovely round form beside this. So what's actually happening now is we've got a beautiful combinations of forms and colours and textures that makes floristry or flower designing so much easier. It's almost like paint by numbers because all you have to do is get your forms together. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing this with you, and I know that my friend is going to really enjoy this on her coffee table or wherever she wants to put it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again another day.